If you have many passions, this video is for you. Many subscribers ask me all the time how to pick a passion when you are multi-passionate. And I understand this question deeply because I have lived many lives in one. And I don't think you choose passion with your mind. I think you choose passion with your heart. I think you choose the one that feels so obsessive at the moment that it pulls you, that you cannot do anything else, you cannot think of anything else. And then you live it. And in my experience, some passions are short-lived while others they are in alignment, which I'm also going to talk about in this video. For example, I started the first ecstatic dance group in Toulouse. I was always into ecstatic dance. I used to live in London. I would go to ecstatic dance and I arrived in Toulouse and there wasn't any ecstatic dance groups, or none that I knew of. So I created the first ecstatic dance group. I was also a DJ, an amateur DJ, but it was also a passion of mine. And the first event was a success. I had so many people come. It was really fun. People loved it. It flowed. It worked. But over the next couple of months, I didn't want to do it anymore. And the reason was because I would get very anxious in organizing events, and that was stressful because it was also the time I began my jewelry brand. So as you can see, I was experimenting with different things. One became something that is still what I do nowadays, which is this jewelry brand, and the other one was short-lived. The reality of it wasn't something that I wanted to commit myself to do. It wasn't aligned with who I am. And what I mean by that is that in fantasy, it was amazing, but in reality, it was a pain in the neck. And the same thing happened when I opened a brick-and-mortar shop with one of my best friends. In fantasy, I always wanted to have a brick-and-mortar shop. It was one of the things in my bucket list because I've always had a big bucket list. And in reality, it was, again, something that I'm glad I did, but that I didn't want to continue doing. It was stressful as hell. And after being online for so many years and having that freedom, which is my core value of living a cozy life at home, working from home, and just running an online shop, that was aligned with who I am, with my personality. I am more of an introvert. I am good with people. I'm an ambivert. But I am more of a person who thrives in solitude. I don't want to be dealing with customers every single day. I like to be more in the act of creation. And this brick and mortar shop honestly was a bit too much. I actually burnt out from it because not only I had this shop, I also had art classes in the shop. It was a huge shop. There was also a space for yoga that my friend managed, and so there were regular art classes in the back of the studio. I was also managing other crafters that also had spaces within this space to sell their crafts. I had to be there daily for opening, for closing. I had to be there in weekends, and this was something that I believed at the time would be the expansion of my online jewelry brand. But the fantasy was way cooler than the reality. I began having panic attacks. I wasn't sleeping anymore. I was waking up in terror of what am I doing with my life, and it was the same for my friends. So finally we came to the right decision, to the clarity of closing down our brick and mortar shop, which to this day we also see as a blessing in disguise because we learned so much from this experience. I know now that I am more of a person who needs her solitude, who needs peace of mind before anything. Peace of mind for me is more important than money, and I also enjoy freedom. So this experience with the brick and mortar shop and with the ecstatic dance group, I don't see them as failures. I see them as passions that were fulfilled and completed. They were dreams that I manifested, I lived, I experienced, I completed them. And I have so much gratitude for the experiences. I have so much gratitude for what I learned from these experiences. And so I believe that some passions, they are meant to be lived, they're meant to be expressed and completed, and then you can pass on to the next passion. Because artists, we are multi-passionate, we are multifaceted, and this is the beautiful thing. I feel like I've lived a very rich life because I've done so many things in my life. So over the years, I pursued many passions. I studied film in an art university. I also studied nutrition. I studied painting. I did a lot of art, a lot of crafts. I taught workshops. I taught classes. I wrote a book. And I was quite successful at all of them, probably because I was a little bit delulu. So this even comes to something else that I realized, that For so many years, I was wondering why I pursue all of these random passions and why did they actually work? Should I not have just pursued one passion like most people do and have that work for me, have that be a lifelong career, a lifelong path? And now I see it. It wasn't random at all, because today here on this YouTube channel, which is something I am completely passionate about, is where I can actually talk about all of these things. I can talk to not only a painter, but I can talk to a person who makes jewelry, a person who makes crafts, who writes books. I can talk to all of the creative people that come to this channel and talk about how to turn your passion into a career, how to turn your passion into a small business, because I've done it all. And I just realized that recently, that I had to have all of these expressions of who I was to find the alignment of what I was supposed to do, because I really believe that this is what I came to do. I believe we all come here to be of service to others, and that in this way I can be of service to others, because I am basically just giving out all of my knowledge, all of my insider secrets for other people to be able to be successful in what they're creating in their art, so that they can have successful art businesses. And I think this is also because this was a wound that I used to carry, because I was not like other people. I was very much a creative person that did not fit in school, that did not fit in within her family, where my family, they are all overachievers and they all study law, medicine, and all of these traditional successful careers, and I was a little bit of the black sheep of the family. So I realized that this was a wound that I carried, because I always felt that I did not belong, because I always felt like the black sheep, like the one that was lost, the one that was figuring herself out, that something was wrong with me, because I didn't want to have a traditional career, because I didn't want to pursue a life of just having safety, of just having the financial safety. I needed something else, because that's how I am. I'm not fueled by just making money. I'm fueled by something else. I need to be creative. I need to feel alive. I need to have peace of mind. And I'm not able to fit in. I wanted to fit in. I wanted to belong, but I struggled with fitting in. It just never happened. I never fit in anywhere that I went. I didn't fit in Brazil, where I grew up. I didn't fit in the US, where I also lived in. I didn't fit in London. I don't fit in France. I just don't fit in. Wherever I go, I don't fit in. I'm always the eccentric one, the strange one. And I think that a lot of artists, we feel that way, that we just don't fit in, that we are overly sensitive for this world, that we cannot do the normal things that people do, that we are not even equipped for this world. But I think the thing is that this world is just not made for us. Artists were made to be the outsiders. Artists were always the outsiders, the ones who did not agree with the narrative of its time. That's what artists always did. They were always the misfits and the outsiders. So I created this channel to talk about these things. I created this channel because I love art, because I love crafts, because I love talking about creative businesses and how to start your own creative business, and to share all of the knowledge of all of the experiences that I've had. I sell paintings effortlessly. My jewelry brand was a unicorn brand. It was making money from the start. I published an educational children's book, not only in Brazil, but also in France, and had many opportunities with this book. I used to do a lot of workshops, a lot of creative art workshops. And so I've built businesses that worked and built businesses that made me burn out. And so this is where I also wanted to talk about Ikigai. So Ikigai is overlap of what you love, what you're good at, what people need, and what supports your life. So Ikigai isn't about choosing one passion forever. It's about designing a life that you are passionate about, that makes you feel alive. Because a passion which makes money but violates your values will eventually exhaust you. It will burn you out. Just like having a brick-and-mortar shop eventually did burn me out, because it was against my values of living a peaceful life, living a life of freedom, and to be able to be in my cozy home studio creating, because I am more of a creative archetype. I like to be in the mode of creation more than a boss babe running a shop. So now I've chosen more of the cozy creative business path, because I want to be home, I want to be present for my daughter, I don't want to burn out. And here's the thing, Steve Jobs talks about it in his speech for the students, for the graduates of Stanford, that you can only connect the dots looking backwards and not looking forwards. So now I understand that all of these things in my life, all of these short-lived and long-lived passions, they actually served a purpose, because if it wasn't for these failures, for these successes, for all of these random different passions that I had and that I pursued all, I would not have this channel today. I would not be here talking to this camera, talking to you about all of these things, all of these different ways to make money from your art, from your craft, from the things that you love, from being cozy at home as an artist, creating, doing the things that you love. I would not be able to talk about these if I had not pursued them all and done them all, lived them all intensely. I would not have this channel. This channel has become my passion and my obsession. It's become a place where I feel like I am being of service, that I'm being selfless, that I can help other people, that I can share my experiences so that artists, they can feel like they can actually thrive and not die of hunger like I was told, because that's what I was told, that artists, they starve, they die of hunger. And that was a wound that I carried, and I had to carry it. I had to carry this wound. I had to fail. I had to have successes. I had to prove people wrong that you can make money from art, because that was also in me. Like, I discovered a lot of different entrepreneurs that are trying to prove people wrong, and I certainly was trying to prove these random ghosts from my past that I was right, that I could make money from art. And even to prove my poor dad, who just wanted to protect me, that I can make money from art, because in the end, he was just trying to keep me safe. But something in me needed to expand, needed to be free, needed to become all of these different people, because a part of me had to experience all of these facets and expressions of myself that were within me. Like my poor partner, who says he never gets bored of me because I'm always a different woman. He's always with a different woman in this relationship of 13 years. So this creating content, being of service, brings me fulfillment. I feel so fulfilled teaching creatives how to sell their work, messaging some of the subscribers that send me these messages and ask me deep personal questions about what they should be doing. I have been coaching also a lot of people on how to make their businesses explode, and it brings me so much happiness and fulfillment when they share their wins, because I really believe that we are here to be of service of others. Abundance, prosperity is not a lone path. It's a path that you share with others. And seriously, I have no motivation to be a billionaire who's all alone, who doesn't have time for their family, for their friends. That is not a dream of mine. That is not something that I would want to do. I would not want to be so obsessed by money that I would not be living my life, that I would not be traveling and spending time with friends. My value is to be here to experience life, to live life to its fullest, and to feel alive by doing creative things and sharing these things with others. I'm an introvert, but I'm also a people person. I do love people, just not every day. I like to be alone, and then I love to be surrounded with people when I want to go out and play. So if you're multi-passionate and you're trying to figure out which passion to pursue at this moment in your life, just feel here which is the one that you feel most obsessed with, which is the one that you cannot stop researching or that you cannot stop making. What is the thing that is pulling you, that you have so much energy to pursue? It might be the middle of the night and you're thinking of that thing. You cannot sleep because you're having these vivid thoughts about what you want to create, what you want to pursue, about that passion. But also think which one is aligned to you in the season of your life, because we all experience different seasons of life. I was talking to one of my subscribers who I absolutely adore. We created a beautiful connection, and she was saying to me that she would like to get into B2B, but she's also a nomad. She's a traveler. This is the season of her life where she's traveling around the world. So I explained to her that this is not aligned with her path right now, because to be able to sell your products to B2B businesses, you have to have stability. You need to be all the time shipping your products and creating your products, and this takes a lot of stability. So I gave her advice based on the things that she shared with me that would be more aligned with her life. And she told me that that brought her so much clarity, because depending on which season you are in your life, there are things that cannot be done, and that is okay. There might be another moment in your life, another season where you can do these things, where you can pursue these things. So ask which one is aligned for you right now, which one fits within the values of your life, and which one flows easily without being forced. So if you're multi-passionate, you're not scattered. You're just integrating. You're just becoming the version of who you're meant to become. And I want to hear what your passions are. Do comment with me. I'm going to be answering to all of the comments. I want to know all of the crazy passions, all of the different things that you want to pursue. And if I can give you some insights, I will here in the comment section. So I hope this video has found you well. And if you enjoyed this video, you'll enjoy my next video on 30 different ways that you can make money from your art. And probably in this video, I have covered a few of your passions. So I'll see you in the next video. Ciao!